Hi everybody, 11th of August, a Monday, and another day in my daily diary of looking after my wife with Parkinson's and dementia. Dropped Angie off this morning as the day centre, as I normally do, but it was hard work. It was hard work getting her up and awake this morning. It was like trying to wake up a bag of spuds. I might just let me sit down here. Really hard work. She just, she won't get out of bed. But she was tired all day yesterday. She stayed in bed till, well, it was about 20 past 2 when I finally managed to get her out of bed, because our lad was due over at 3 o'clock with his missus. I kept saying, come on, Angie, you need to get up, you know, otherwise I'd have left her in bed. I even texted our lad at one point, said, are you still coming? Because if he wasn't, you know, if he doing something else, or he fancies staying off and not coming over, then I would have left her in bed. But he said, no, we're just setting off now. So yeah, but once I managed to get her up yesterday, and he turned up, and she just managed to finish her breakfast before he came, sort of 20 minutes or so. But I had to feed her again. There's no chance of her doing it herself. But when he said at one point, he'd been in about an hour, he said, I've noticed one thing though, her eyes are open. They've not been closed yet all the time they've been here. So it really is when there's something not the norm, should we say, than like just the mundane day-to-day stuff. You know, just me and Angie in the house, or you know, you watch TV, you're having something to eat, you get washed, you get dressed, you sit around. That's like the norm, isn't it? Just the norm, mundane day stuff. So it's when there's something else, something different. So she's definitely puts more of an effort into it. Her eyes did close, you know, after a while, but she really was, you know, a bit more upbeat for it, rather than just, you know, lolling about doing now. Sorry about this, somebody just walking past. They stayed till, I don't know, 6:30ish, something like that, before they set off. Maybe 7 o'clock. Same sort of thing. Why don't you stay? Why don't you stay? You know, which she says to everybody. She even said that to the sitter, the outreach worker on Wednesday. Why don't you stay for something to eat and stay over? You know, so she's not realising what she's saying. But once we do move, that's the idea. When we move, then they can bring a bag with them, you know, an overnight bag, and stay over. That's what the extra rooms are going to be for. Giving me a bit of a break. I can probably leave them to it and go out for a walk one evening, you know, knowing that she's all right. That's the ideas of them. just had a phone call off the estate agent now, if we're any nearer to getting somewhere, because our buyers are pushing, because our buyer is a first time buyer, and they're sort of chomping at the bit to get in. So that's 3 or 4 times they've phoned out saying that. So I've just said, well, I'm going to go and have a second viewing on that 4-bedroom one that we looked at last week. Get arranged that this one day this week, and just make a decision, because you know, best win in the world. We're in August now, you know, and even if everything sails through smoothly, it's going to be October-ish, end of October, before things are finalised anyway. You know, and if anything gets any cock-ups, then it could take even longer still, couldn't it? You know, so anyway, this morning when I dropped her off, like I said, she was, it really was tired. Morning, Angie. No, she didn't even acknowledge them. You know, I physically had to lift her up out of the wheelchair and put her into the easy chair. And they just said, oh, we'll leave her. Do you want a drink of tea, Angie? Nothing. No response whatsoever. She was just well away, still asleep. Not just her eyes shut, she was asleep. So anyway, I picked salmon for her dinner. Salmon and whatever, so I don't know what she'll have for a sweet afterwards, but she'll have some by that time. Hopefully she'll be more with it. Got a phone call off Heidi, the adult social care worker, just to see how I'm going on. So that was good. She said the Hannah, the OT woman, the occupational therapist woman, had been in touch last week about chasing up a bed for me. You know, and she'd mentioned that the carers, you know, were time-wise, it was a bit late and higgledy-piggledy, so I said, yeah, it might just be a hiccup, so, but I have got a meeting with the like the supervisors or whatever they call this week. I said, I'll just stress, you know, that it's got to be important. She said, yeah, you do that, because it's, you know, it's your timetable, not theirs. You know, so well, I said I will. You know, that's not an issue. Like I said, if they can't work around me, then I'll knock them on the head and either go with somebody else or just not bother. You know, but the bed, I said it's the bed thing that's most important now. So she said, yeah. So well, Hannah's onto that. I've given, you know, put my my input into it. So fingers crossed, she said on that one. So yeah, it sounded good. She didn't sort of say, you know, it's highly unlikely. Da, da, da. So that's you know, it's a good thing. Last night, evening time, after what do we have? Oh, we had a pizza. Yeah, because Al had to come over. I got a pizza delivered tea time-ish. Yeah. So yeah, that's right. I got it delivered for 6. By the time Angie had ate it. Yeah, so it was about 7 o'clock one day it went. So we didn't have anything to eat after that. I got Angie washed and Jan was sat on the settee. But she was a bit livelier. She was actually getting up, sitting on the end of the settee and reaching out. So what are you doing? What are you doing? She said, the remote, TV remote. So I give it a like, but she messed it all up, turned, you know, all sorts on, and subtitles come on, and then a radio station come on. So I took it off her, but it was a bit of a struggle to get it off her. She was gripping hold of it. No, come here, let me fix it. Well, then she sat on the end of the settee, and she sort of just rocking like that, far backwards and forwards. So what do you want to do? What are you trying to do? I don't know. And rocking backwards and forwards like that. But her eyes were sort of open, but like a fixed stare with it, staring up at the sort of at the chimney breast above the fire. And she stayed like that for ages. She wouldn't sit back. I said, Andy, sit back. No. I'm staying here. So I left her to it. I thought, you know, you can't reason with it. It's, you know, she starts trying to get up. You know, I'm sat here right side of her, so I can stop her falling out like that. But and I just said, right, I said, Angie, I'm starting to get tired. It was like a hint. I said, hey, take your nighttime tablets. No, I don't want to take them yet. So I said, no, it's time, you're due. That was about 9:30, 9:45. Because I was tired. I mean, Saturday caught up with me as well, so I was starting to nod on the couch myself. So I said at one point, right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I said, I'll go and get in bed. I'll go and get a blanket, and you can lie on the couch here with your pillow, and I'll cover you up with a blanket. That soon sort of brought her around her head, sort of spin off her shoulders like that. No, like that. I said, no, so come on then, you need to get to bed. And I'm tired. I said, remember, I've got to wait for you to get in bed and go to sleep. You've got to quieten down, then go to sleep before I can get in bed. I said, the easiest, the quickest time is usually half an hour. I said, but sometimes it's me a couple of hours. So come on, you're not being fair with me now. Okay. So, and then she got up and, she tried to get up and make a move. I said, oh, well, hang on. So I tried walking her, like I used to, sort of rocking side to side. Tried getting her in the bedroom that way instead of putting her in a chair and wheeling her through. I thought I'll just see if I can do the old, you know, rocking side to side and make her take a few steps. But no, I did. I got there, but it was like 10 minutes of a job, and it's only, but from the settee out of the room into the bedroom, which is next door to the front room, it's probably no more than sort of 12 feet, 4 yards, something like that. It took me nearly 10 minutes. So I shan't be doing that one again. It's back in the chair from now on. This is what I did this morning. So yeah, so Heidi was asking me how she was going on at the second day at the day centre, and I said, oh, she seems to be liking it now. I said, I'm liking that extra day off. So don't forget, you've got the extra units now as well. You can, you know, after a few weeks, try and see if she wants to do a third day. I thought, well, that's a bloody good idea. You know, I know she does Mondays and Thursdays, but I could, you know, maybe do, I don't know, Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, something like that, or even change it Monday, Wednesday and Friday or something, you know, I don't know, but Friday's our routine where we tend to meet Angie's sister, so you know, but I could always rearrange that. But yeah, but the option's there. I might leave for a couple of weeks and just start dropping the hints, because that'd really help, to be honest. I mean, this second day's helping me. I'm not complaining, but you know, the more times the better. You know, I didn't go to the gym this morning. I was all packed up and ready, and while I was taking Angie there, and I thought, no, I'm not going. I thought I'm going to go home and have another lounge in the bath like I did last Thursday. So I went home. I actually did some weeding first, so that's why I'm late. Actually, I did some weeding, had an hour and a half in the bath, and I've just come out. I've had my lunch in my normal cafe when I get my panini. I might do next week's from there next Monday, from just outside the cafe. Lovely little cafe. I might do it outside that. I don't know. I'll think about it. The weather's all right. So yeah. So I'm now just sat on the promenade. I've had my walk. A lot of people about, but you can imagine it's a lovely day.
Yeah.
A lot of people about. This is like the quietest spot that I've just found. So yeah, I'm going to go and finish my walk off, and then go and have a cappuccino and sit down and watch the world go by till I go and pick Angie up again. It's about quarter past 2, 3:30. Yeah, so enjoying life today. Should be like this every day. But it's not. Rain during the night between 2 and 5 every night. That'd do us, wouldn't it? And have this weather during the day. Right, so what's the time? Let me have a look. It's, can't see. It's nearly 1:45. So here's a late one. Right, so positive mood today. So I'm getting off. I'm gonna go for my cappuccino, like I said, and just enjoy this next hour and a half or so, and then go and pick Angie up. So as usual, please press your like button, follow me, send me your comments, share these videos out for me, and then and I'll do another one tomorrow. So as per usual, now you take care now. Bye.